Welcome in, everyone, to stream 53. Yeah, I can't believe it. Number 53. Welcome in. And we have a lot of things to go through tonight with what's going on in Australia. Yes, we are going to cover our own country here tonight, and that's all we're going to be doing. And we're going to let you guys know. I don't think they've got the same plan for you guys, but we're going to let you know what's happening here. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. Growler's in the house. He had a little bit of an issue, but we're good now. Hey, Growler.
G'day, mate. How are you?
I am good. And we do have a really bad wind problem here today. So
Yeah.
if you guys can hear any wind, just let us know, because Growler's sort of downstairs out the front a bit, so we can move that if that's an issue. So we have a few things to go through, don't we, Growler? It's just
Yeah.
incredible what's going on here, and everything took a real turn yesterday. And it's just all because these people have been told what the front of the stream said: no jib, no job. And it's as simple as that. And they have until October, what was the date? October 3rd or something, to have.
23rd, September 23rd.
I am sorry, of course,
Yep.
923. They've got until the 23rd of September to be inoculated to be able to work. Now, it's gotten a little bit worse than that, though. Yesterday we had a bit of a showdown between the workers, the construction workers, and the Australian union that represents them, who is the CMFUE. Now, it got ugly, and they had been there all day. I'm sure you guys may have seen a little bit of what's going on. I'm not sure. I know Bubba News had a bit of a thing about it. My chat stopped, guys, so I'm way behind here. Now, we're going to show you some stuff. Growler's going to take you through some stuff because I love the way he explains things. I'm more for the other side of this. So we're going to be seeing a little bit of what happened, and then we'll tell you what the outcome has been, and it has been not good at all. Okay, Growler, I'm going to pass it over to you, mate.
Thanks, mate. G'day, everybody. Hope everything's going well for you. And I just want to say a quick hi to Paul Levi. Good to have you, mate, and Parkway and Will and Davey313. All you guys forgiven and blessed. Great to have you guys in. Truth Seeds, Marlowe, and Shane Barber, of course. Thank you so much. And Effie Mary and Joseph Sage. Thanks, Joseph. People go over. So show Joseph some love. He's got a great channel. Okay, now, as I was discussing this, and I have discussed it with Beck for a while, and I would have even been about 5-6 months ago, that we were saying, what industries are going to will have to get juiced. So, and I said, well, you watch that the Victorian government will sell out the unions, or the unions will sell out to the government and basically fold up. So that's exactly what we're seeing here, because the construction industry is very takes in a lot of money, as a lot of people, and they want everyone juiced. So it doesn't matter how much money they lose or anything like that, because all these big boys like Andrews and Glad Bags in New South Wales and Scott Morrison and the whole lot, they're all getting paid by the Vatican Bank and UN and IMF and World Economic Forum and what else, and Big Pharma, of course. So that's where they're getting their pay. So they don't need taxpayers anymore, because they keep shutting down industry. So that gives you a good indication of they just basically want to kill us off because they don't need us anymore, because the big corporations are paying these people through shares in Big Pharma and through real estate in other countries, and that's how they fund these premiers, because as we know that this is a full Depop as well, so obviously they don't need taxpayers anymore. So I wanted to I lived in Melbourne all my life, and I can tell you Melbourne was the the city of Australia, where you had everything happening. It was the sporting capital of the world. It was the events capital of Australia. You know, you've got the big tennis, you've got the cricket, you've got the AFL, you've got the air show, you've got the Grand Prix, food and wine festivals, art festivals. You've got the whole lot. It just doesn't stop 24/7. Basically, it's just become a dog dump now. And as I've gone through before, Melbourne is, I would say, at the moment, it would be the number one strong city in the Strong Cities Network program. It's a big social experiment, and I could go on and go on about it, which I won't. But it's basically setting the precedents for what's going to happen in other countries. I think other countries are going to take different routes. There's different strategies for, let's say, Europe, or, you know, there's going to be something else done in America. I think it'll be full economic collapse, basically, and or an EMP hit, that sort of stuff. So look, it can go 1,000 ways. I don't want to predict anything. I don't like doing that, but it's going to come down to some sort of scenarios on how they're going to do it. You know, because it's a plan of strategy and strategic moves. You know, we do this to one side, we do that to the other side, and then it all comes crumbling down. So that would be my guess. But Australia definitely is. Especially Melbourne would be the first to fall. I don't want to go on about this. Hopefully you guys can see, can actually read between the lines. And I think something big is going to happen in Melbourne. They've already been reporting on it. Nothing that we're doing here, but I'll just leave it at that. And they're really going to come down with a full blanket ban and blame a lot of people, nice people. That's all I'll say. And I won't talk about that anymore because I don't want to touch on that subject.
Okay.
So,
well, I've got a bit of news. Okay. Now,
yeah.
I don't know if you remember, I said to you this morning when I showed you the full moon over Wales that somebody had filmed, and I said, oh, gee, I hope we're going to be okay tonight with our stream, because I'm not superstitious, guys. You guys know I'm not. But the full moon, you know, it is the harvest moon. There's nothing to harvest this year. Hopefully weather harvest. However, I said to you this morning, I hope that we're okay with the stream. We have really big technical problems. I've just talked to Messi, and his computer, it looks like it's got a virus. And we're running from his computer tonight, from his platform. So we're just trying to see, okay, it looks like I've just been given the thumbs up. He might have fixed it, but I do think that computer's going to have to be cleaned. Sorry, sweetheart. I really just thought we were going to have to not be able to show anything then, but I think he might have it sorted. So I was going to start off with a bit of something different. Same line. I was going to show you, present to you our beautiful New South Wales Premier. Thank goodness she's not the Prime Minister. We're going to share a clip of the New South Wales Premier doing what she does best, and you can see how these people talk to us. And here we go.
I'm a bit tired of hearing people saying, I don't know how to do my job properly. And I think that's really mean. I remember being criticised. Just remind everybody how criticised I was. That's not acceptable. I hope everybody likes staying at home, because we are going to go into lockdown forever. Nobody from New South Wales is going anywhere. We will have 2 million police officers standing at the corner of every street to monitor every single citizen. We're really watching very closely. I hope this really will be devastating. We don't like to be heavy-handed, but what we need to say today now is that if you leave home, we will give you a death sentence. Please know that you will be shot in the face, and I hope it's painful. You are required to obey what we say when we say it, and if you don't, you can prepare to die. I've said from the outset, I don't care about your life and the life of those around you. I don't really give a shit. The government is now about to announce what we call the final solution. We are inspired by history and realise we can very easily permanently get rid of anybody thinking illegal thoughts. We aim to have absolutely zero freedom. Follow the rules or else you'll never be seen again. If you think you can live freely under our very strict and harsh regime, I have news for you. If you even consider breaking the rules, I will personally stab you in the head and rip your guts out. We have 24 hours surveillance of every single person in the community. We want to cause anguish, hurt and suffering to as many citizens as possible. Every day at 11 o'clock, every citizen in this state must listen to me. This is the Fourth Reich, and I will make sure that I never, ever, ever give up power till the day I die.
Okay. This is what we deal with. This is what we're dealing with. No, like, obviously that was, a montage, guys, but I mean, this is basically what they're saying to us every day. Did you explain what Chainsaw Dan has done? I missed a bit when I was over there.
Right. Just gets worse and worse with Dan the Chainsaw Man, and it is what it is. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say.
Okay, so he's told the construction industry workers, because of yesterday's shenanigans at the CFMEU headquarters, that they will not be working for 2 to 4 weeks. The whole construction industry in Melbourne, Australia, will not be working for 2 to 4 weeks. Now, we know how they work. 2 to 4 weeks means indefinite. It's not 2 to 4 weeks. It's indefinite. Now, both the boys at this house are construction workers, our 2 main breadwinners here. So obviously this is a big deal to us as well, because it is coming here in Queensland shortly. The next lockdown, which will be this weekend, will finalise us. They will put us in a complete Groundhog Day, I would say, until after Christmas. I don't think that Australia will be having Christmas. This is what I feel. Mute, please. And what they're going to do is, during our next lockdown will be when they announce to our construction workers that they cannot work without being VC'd by probably in November, I'd say, because they want 80% of the 2 states done by November 5th. And then our Premier here in Australia come out saying that they want 90% done by November. 90%. These are figures they just are not going to reach by what I am seeing out on the streets. And even though I do not condone protests, I do think it's better to keep your head down. As Christian praying people, we should not be out there doing that and marking ourselves. We battle from inside here on our hearts. But I tell you what, they are coming down like Jackie Lambie said, and she said, we're coming at you with both barrels. We played that last week of one of our other senators saying, we're coming at you with both barrels. Now, Dan has totally closed the construction industry. The next lockdown here, they will do it in amongst that, and our fellas will have to be VC'd. I have one here that is definitely not going to take it, and I have another one here that I need you all to pray for. Okay, everybody. His name's Ben, and he has said straight out he will have it because of the family, because of the children. Please pray against this, okay? Now, this is coming right now to our house. So now we are all being affected, and even though we are in Queensland, we've dodged a lot of the lockdowns. We had some snap ones for 3 days, 5 days. We had one, the first one was the worst one. It was about 6 weeks, wasn't it, Growler?
Yeah.
You there, Gov? 6 weeks, yeah. So, and then we've basically skimmed through. So it's like somebody else said in the chat, I can't remember that, this is the calm before the storm. And definitely is the calm before the storm here. But the storm hit because of what they did down there yesterday. Now, I understand these people's frustration and their anger, absolutely. And you could just tell, because of the way us Aussies are, that it was going to get out of hand. The longer they stood there and refused to come out of that building like little scared children, these union bosses. And when they did come out, I can tell you this. They said, okay, give us an hour. We're going to go back in and we're going to talk about it. They came out an hour later with the ADF right behind them in the street, in front of them. So there was a phone call, bang, all set up. No problem. They were there in that hour when they come out. And I think Growler, when he's ready, he's got some footage to play, because it's, I don't know if you guys have been able to access any of this footage. So these are our own Aussies that are out on the ground, boots on the ground people doing this. And you can just see where people, they're not handling this anymore. There's a lot of bad things going on. Growler?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just quickly want to say to you that the construction, the workers, they've all have union representatives. Now, the union representatives are working with the Andrews government, have been for a long time. So the head of the CFMEU, John, he was paid off, they say 20 million. I don't know. It's probably somewhere around that. And as I said to you about 6 months ago, I said, you watch, sis, you know, the unions will fold. They'll make sure that they have to juice all their workers, and unions will fold, which is what they want. Now, what people aren't understanding is, yes, it's great to see them fight back, but this is what the big establishment wants to see. The more chaos, the order comes out of it. So this is what they want. I would tell you right now that I would say Australia, and especially it will first happen in Melbourne, which I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. You're going to have a full societal collapse. That's what's going to happen. This is what they want, because then they can start abolishing unions, governments, and all this sort of stuff. So that's where you see you've basically got a one world government governing what they have to. So. And they'll just have their puppets at the top. So it's an elimination strategy sort of type of how they're going to achieve things. Now, there's bikie gangs and all that with the unions, and that's the way it is. But they know that. So I reckon they're going to split up. Half the bikie gangs are going to go with the CFMEU, and the other half will go to the other side, and then they want both of them to fight, so they eliminate each other. See, this is what it's all about. So they eliminate the competition. They don't want any competition with the government, so they'll let them kill themselves, you know, and fight against themselves. So the more chaos comes out of it, you know, they can bring out their order, as we know what the builders say. So we're just going to watch about 5 minutes 30. I just want to give you basic raw footage. Raw footage is what you need, not this peppered down MSN crap. And
that's right.
So
boots on the ground, people.
That's right.
Boots on the ground.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. So you know, and what that does is when they're all fighting with each other, that's when they can bring in more bills, legislations. That's when they can stop the construction industry. That's when they can stop the trucking. So therefore, who does it hurt? The people. You know, right. So it doesn't matter which way this goes. If you all think the people are rising up and fighting, and everyone should, and that sort of thing, this is what they want. This is what they want, because a lot of people don't understand the strategy behind their thinking, and they don't understand. They don't understand. How would I put it? They don't understand the different strategies. If this falls down, we do this. If that does that, we do this. You know, so they win at all costs until Yeshua comes back. That's the way it is. It's already written in Revelation that all this is going to happen. It's not going to get better. Not going to get better. That's just the way it is. And you know, look, and as we said, we do not advocate protests here. No one in this chat will go to a protest. Otherwise, I'll personally come around and see you. Do not do it, and don't put yourself out there. Do not do it. This is what they want. You only put a price on your head. Yep, you only put a price
waste.
on your head. I mean, jumping up and down in the street isn't going to do anything. It's going to do jack shit. So it's just not worth it. Not worth it. You're better off spending that time in prayer and researching and knowing your enemy. That's what you better. That's what you should be doing. Okay, so if we run, if we run the first one, thanks, Miss, that'll be good.
Oh, wow. What is it? That's all cop cars. See, that's the public order. Yeah. I don't think they're coming in though. No, they're just sitting out there waiting. They're just in case. If we try and march to Parliament House, I can guarantee they'll be out. You sold out! You sold out! You sold out! You sold out! Good one! Fuck you! No worry, they promise you good jobs. Fucking dickheads!
That's the boss. They're calling it. Boss sector.
Fucking sellout
Yeah.
cunts.
Yeah, that's him.
What are you doing protecting someone from our fucking rights?
Right, you can't storm the office.
No, our rights. We are trying to stand up for our rights. I don't fucking condone what happened to John earlier, yeah? John shouldn't have been touched. John should have been marching with us. I don't condone that, but what are you doing protecting him? He should be out with us. Protesting.
It's coming. You can seek your fucking vaccine. Seek your fucking vaccine. Seek your fucking vaccine up your ass. Fuck that, Andrew. Fuck that, Andrew. Fuck that, Andrew. Fuck that, Andrew. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Ow. Here we go.
It's fucking stupid! Enough!
So we'll just stop there. That's right. So now I'm going to put this in the description box. It gets worse and worse. Now, what you can see is the Victorian government has actually bought out the unions, and the Victorian Labor, there's no left or right, same bird. But they've used the unions and all these guys as stepping stones. And the thing is, these guys have to have the first juice by 23rd, and none of them are going to do it. And I'm not sure, will they cave in at the end? I don't know, but they're thinking of shutting down. Well, they've already shut it down for 2 weeks. It's going to cost $450 million a day just for one day if they lose the construction. So let's say you do it over 2 weeks, so they say 4 weeks. I reckon they'll shut it down for longer, to be honest. That's what I think. It's going to cost upwards of between 10 and $20 billion before it all gets back, because so many aren't going to do it. Now, they've even stopped even house constructions, even house renovations. No house renovations in Victoria, none. There is nothing. And it's actually, they stopped the construction industry about 5-6 weeks ago, and they're only operating at 25%. Now, they did the same thing in New South Wales, so they're going to do the same thing here in Queensland. So you can all see where this is going. I mean, billions. I'd hate to see. I haven't done my maths about it, but I don't really want to. This would be pretty horrific. But the amount of money that's been lost since all this has started, and you know, the government constantly printing toilet paper upon toilet paper, which keeps devaluing the AUD and the USD, because the US are doing the same thing. The Fed's doing the same thing. So it's all to devalue the dollar so they can bring in their digital system, so they can bring in their own central bank CBDC system. So you can see where it's going. It's breaking down the whole Western civilization, basically starting with us, because no one's had lockdowns and restrictions like Australia has had, especially Melbourne. So now there's another video I want to show. This is in New South Wales. This is what the police are doing, and I've showed you police in Victoria and that sort of thing. Now I want to show this next one, and yeah, show this guy some love. He's very, very good, and very good channel. And I just want to show you what the police now can get away with. It's amazing.
My fellow Australians, good afternoon. Aussie Cossack here with another update. Some very disturbing news. The footage you're about to see is of a Western Sydney mother of 2 being sexually assaulted, indecently assaulted by police officers. This is a video which is very disturbing. You know, the police minister should resign. David Elliott, you must resign. You must take responsibility for the madness. A mother has been assaulted indecently by police officers. Male police officers have grabbed her, lifted up her dress, exposing her underwear under the pretext of checking documents for COVID compliance. Now, this is a mother of 2 who was walking through the park. She's been identified as a 3rd-year nursing student. It's a woman starting to become a nurse. She's so traumatized by the incident, she's actually decided to discontinue her career. Now, we have the footage of the incident, and we also have exclusive footage on the Aussie Cossack channel of this young lady, this young mother, speaking out, and having her say. And this is something the mainstream media will never show you. You know, Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, the ABC, they will never show you this footage. They will never give a voice to ordinary Australians. They will never show anything or publish anything which goes against the government narrative. Have a look at this footage. It's very disturbing. Share this video far and wide. Give your opinion in the comments below. I know many of you are going to be outraged. The police have seemed to be attacking women a lot lately. starting with Monica Smith in jail as a political prisoner for committing a thought crime. Going on to a 70-year-old elderly lady in Melbourne getting bashed and finished off with pepper spray by Victorian police officers. Now we have this very disturbing footage coming out of Western Sydney. Police officers from the Public Order and Ride Squad indecently assaulting a woman. Now, if this was committed by, Middle Eastern youths, they would be all in jail, facing rape charges or attempted rape charges. So what we have is double standards. We have one set of rules for the police, who are seemingly immune from prosecution, who get away with assault, intimidation, harassment, and sexual assault, indecent assault. This is really, really disturbing. If a bloke did this to his wife, he'd be in jail, bail denied, and charged with a raft of offences. We need some answers. We need David Elliott, the police minister, to resign. The fish rots from the head. We can blame these police officers, but at the end of the day, they're just going to say they're following orders. Gladys Berejiklian, you have failed the women of New South Wales. You have Dan Andrews, you have failed the women of Victoria. My heart goes out to the woman in this video, and she's got a few comments as well. She's come on the channel. She sent in her video. We're going to publish it now. It really is disgusting. It really is disgusting that, we as men must stand up and defend the women of Australia. We must defend Monica Smith. We must defend, this young nursing student, this mother of two who has been indecently assaulted. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm sure the police are reading what we think of them as well. Make sure you subscribe, join the channel, share this video far and wide before it gets censored and deleted. God bless Australia.
Say your name. Can I get your name, please? Thank you. What's their names? What's your names? You are a disgrace. What's your names? Are they gonna? Do you know their names? Do they know the? Do you know the names? Okay. What department are you from? What station are you from? What station are you from?
Good afternoon, good evening, Australia. My name is Natalie, and I'm a mother of 2 children from Southwest Sydney. I have never been in trouble with the police. I have no criminal records. I'm a Year 3 nursing student. But after being incidentally assaulted by the New South Wales police, I'm resigning in protest. I was simply walking in the park with the other female friend, when male riot police tackled me to the ground, demanded I produce my documents, and lifted my skirt, exposed my underwear and private parts. I sustained injuries and bruising to my legs and part of my body. I feel violated. I feel traumatized. I have been studying to become a nurse for the last 3 years of my life, and in protest to the government campaign of fear and tyranny, I resign in protest. I know that thousands of other Australian doctors and nurses feel the same way as I do. To the men of Australia, where are you? The women need your help and protection. Police are out of control, bashing the elderly and incidentally assaulting mothers and health professionals. The government general need to step in and stop this madness.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. The poor woman. Everyone's saying, they'd be in jail, take to them with a baseball bat. I know, it just incites so much hatred for these people, and we shouldn't hate because of who we are, and that's all they want us to do. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah. No, that's all right. And so, look, to anyone in Australia, please, all I can say is keep your head down. Don't be a smart ass, because these people are operating outside the law now. It really is, and it's just not worth it. I mean, if they say, give us that, do us that, and do that, and then they can do whatever they want, you try and bring up the Constitution, it's not going to do you any favours. It just won't do you any favours, because in the Constitution it says they're allowed to suspend the Constitution in the state of emergency. It says that in the Constitution, so that's why they're getting away with it. So this is something. I mean, you've got to be you just got to really be smart and put your head down, and you're not bowing to them or anything. As it says in the Bible, they say, be wise as a serpent. I don't believe that. It should say, be wiser than a serpent.
Yes.
You don't want to be a serpent. So there's a bit of your Mandela effect there, yeah? So be wiser than a serpent, gentle as a dove. So if they say something, you go, yes, sir, yes, officer, and walk away. Just walk away. It's not worth it, because no, I mean, the things they can do to you here is just unreal. It really is. It's not worth being a smart ass and thinking that you know this and you know that. It's just not worth it. It really isn't worth it.
They have gone back to the days of, like, when I was young in Sydney, they were thugs. The police were thugs. And, and then we had the Fitzgerald inquiry here in Queensland into police brutality and police criminal activities, and it cleaned it up a lot. It really did. But this has gone ballistic. Actually, Messi's actually pulled up some live footage of what's going on in Melbourne now. I would say it's Rushkin we might be watching. I think he's going to try and put that up for us in a sec. He said he was. So the real Rushkin, show him some love, guys. If you follow him, you can.
He's a good boy.
It's just Facebook him, the real Rushkin, because it cannot go on YouTube. It just won't stick. So
just quickly as well, you know, when you do subscribe to these guys, don't comment, guys. Don't do it, because they're building live lists on people. It's not worth it. Everyone's saying what everyone thinks anyway, so don't comment. Just stay quiet, stay low. You know, because this is what they're doing.
So here's some live footage from Melbourne now.
They just sang the national anthem, the Australian anthem.
It's only early.
That's what most people know.
Look at the Tartarian building in the background there.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's pretty quiet at the moment. The longer they stand there, the angrier they get.
Yeah. Depends how it's going to go. I don't know, but it depends if the union side of bikie gangs are going to come in. Then these guys here, they've got their people and that sort of thing. And if they're going to fight each other, I don't know, but my guess would they would have to bring in the ADF, which gives them all this is what they want anyway, the powers to be. They want to bring in the more security and the more martial. This is soft martial law. What you're seeing in Sydney is soft martial law.
Hey, Growler, Vernon just asked, and I want to know too, what is that wire hanging over the street? What is that? You're from Melbourne.
Wire.
See the wire in the air? In the air. Look in the air. Oh, they're not looking in the air on yours. I'm still on the other one. It's lagging. There's this mesh of wire above the street.
Jesus Christ is Lord. He's got Jesus Christ is Lord at the back.
Him. That might have been one of the bikies, the Christian bikies we have here.
Yeah.
Was he bikey looking?
Yeah.
Awesome. We got Tribe of Judah in Queensland. Tribe of Judah. They rock.
Yeah. So as you're saying,
Oh, it's gone
no.
now. I don't know. There were all these wires. I'll talk to you later about it,
Oh
and
yeah,
I'll
that's
let
probably
Vernon
for
know.
the trams. Probably for the
Really?
trams.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the trams. Yeah, see, I haven't lived in a city with trams. So it looks pretty calm. I love you too, Strawberry. How are you, sweetheart? I hope you're doing well. Show Strawberry Skies Forever some love. She's got some good videos. There's the wires. There.
Yeah.
That'll be trams, will it?
Yeah,
Or
they're
they call
trams.
cable car
Yeah,
from
yeah.
America.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
it
right.
messy? Isn't it messy? Look at
It
it.
is.
It's just, it's
Yeah.
ugly. Like we've got free energy, and they want to put all this crap everywhere. Freedom.
Yeah, so everything looks. I'd probably say that the UN thugs are up where the headquarters are there, and they've sectioned everything off. I'm not sure if they wouldn't need ADF. They're actually in Melbourne. They're actually recruiting another 3,000 police. Now, as I said before, in 2017, 2016, 2017, $6.6 billion was spent just on the police force. So compared to now, they've probably spent another 3 or 4 billion. That's nearly 9 billion just on the police force in Melbourne. Go figure. That's, I mean, you only see those sort of contracts in defence, you know, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
You know, when you're talking about the Defence Legislation Amendment Enhancement Bill, it says foreign police forces and foreign forces working, you know, basically running around with immunity. They're already here. They're already here. VicPol.
That's right.
New South Wales. They're already here. Yeah.
Victorian Police.
Yeah.
Here we go. What are they bowing to? What's the one knee? The one knee ridiculism, are they?
I don't know. Oh, they're trying to. I think they're trying to be like BLM, so the cops are nicer to them.
Okay.
But it looks like that.
FPV Angel. Good to see you, mate. Good one. Sorry about that, darling. Off you go.
That's all right. Yeah. It's not sure if it'll. Not sure if this will go loud. But oh, good. No, he's got a balaclava on. Good move. Great move.
Yeah, that's right.
Good on him. Good on him. It's bloody cold down there. So yeah, it's I'm not sure how it'll pan out. I don't know. It can go either way. But I would say that there's if you have a look at the so-called police force down there, it would. I think that the police force is sufficient at the time being. I would say because they're so prevalent, so powerful in Melbourne. So it is what it is. So yeah, I just it might go loud later. I think. Who knows? It can go either way.
It will. It will. It's when in the afternoon when they're a bit annoyed by then, you know. So, are you live, FPV? FPV is live. I was just going to attach your live stream there, FPV, but yeah, I can do that just so everybody can show you some love. Really good channel, guys. Knows the truth of where we live, very much. So check out FPV Angel's channel. All right. So what's going on there? A lot of nothing.
Yeah, at the moment. So that's fine. I'll just keep an eye on that later on. Now, there's just one more thing I just want to show you guys. Now, the thing is, and I've gone through it quite a few times, and that's the dogs. Sorry. No, they're right. So now, as it says in the Bible, that you'll have the sheep dressing up as sheep, but inward they are ravenous wolves. Wolves. Okay. So, and as I said, the big boys in charge of everything. What you saw in these videos, what you're seeing protests everywhere, how it's all been engineered, all this sort of stuff is all done by the video I'm about to show you. And they've had hundreds of years and experience in the most evil organisation that you can ever dream of. Now, how would I put it? They speak as lions. They speak as gentle sheep, and they are just extremely dangerous underneath. Now, all I can say is you've really got to read between the lines. You've really got to read between the lines, and I've gone through this time and time again, which I won't. But if you want to know who the big MF is on this plane, it is this man.
The COVID-19 pandemic has taken us all by surprise. It has arrived, as the gospel will say, like a thief, without warning. I know that for our schools, this has been a huge challenge at all levels. We have had overnight to adapt to new realities and accompany our educational communities in the midst of the anguish, uncertainty, and even the chaos that this pandemic has brought. However, I also know that the schools have responded with great creativity and generosity to continue offering a transformative educational experience in this new context. Thank you all, educators, leadership teams, family, students, and collaborators for so much generosity, dedication, and sacrifice.
Just have a look at the background too.
In this day, in an admirable way, what it means to maintain the tension between cura apostolica and the cura personalis of our educational tradition. A way of exercising the mission that cares for each of our students, their families, and the community of which they are part of. You have given a wonderful testimony of what the vocation of an national educator means: to accompany, encourage, motivate, even in the midst of unexpected and difficult situations. You have followed the example of Jesus to bring hope and joy, even in extreme situations. You have turned the pandemic into an opportunity to be persons for and with others. In the name of the Society of Jesus, I warmly thank you for your love and dedication. I trust that the good God will continue to bless you so that you may continue to accompany your students, your families, and communities during this time of the pandemic and post-pandemic, even if we still do not know how it will look like. May God bless you so that this time may be an opportunity, paradoxically, for the creating of a hope-fulfilled future that can contribute to the universal fraternity to which Pope Francis invites us in his recent encyclical Fratelli Tutti. Count on my prayers in this effort in which we are all together.
So I call them the Society of Judas, okay, because that's what they
That's
are.
it. That's
okay?
it. Yeah, they are.
And if you have a look, it's hiding in plain sight. But if you have a look at the brilliance of how they've set it all up, and if you have a look at the swearing in of the new every new SJ, the Superior General of the J Order. They always have to salute each other, and it's a military salute because the J's are a military order. They control the Pentagon, they control the CIA, Catholics in Action, Catholic Intelligence Agency, however you want to call them. Yeah, they control every intelligence agency. They wrote the script what Andrews is doing. They've written the script what Europe's doing. They've written the script everywhere because I mean, it's in one way it's brilliant. The brilliance of it, you know, they just come across as lovely church people and all this sort of stuff. Oh yes, and who would think that would be HQ? Who would think that? So as we know that the Vatican is a foreign country within a country, and it's the only country that can't be touched. I mean, you have a look at all industries on earth. Look at the big pharma, military, industrial. It's all owned by them. It's all owned by them. All central banks, the Bank for International Settlements, it's run by them. The Vatican Bank, it's all run by them. So this is, and by the way, this Arturo Sosa was sworn in on the 36th Congress, 3 6s, especially when CV came up. So that was the 36th Superior General of the J Order, number 36.
And then what was our numbers for Melbourne this morning for the cases in Melbourne after the riots?
603.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we can see that we're being controlled by a pack of Freemasons, can't we?
Yeah.
Jesuit Freemasons.
Yeah. Well, if I can say, your Freemasons are low-grade dog food, compared to these guys. I mean, I don't even want to know what I've really gotten into them for a long time and how they influence things and all this sort of stuff, and I don't want to go back into it. They're the worst of the worst. They really are. And I imagine what this bloke does behind scenes and that sort of thing. So keep your eyes on them. If you want to know economically what's happening, go to the Bank for International Settlements. It's in Switzerland, Basel, Switzerland. All this. Check out the IMF, check out the WEF, and all those sort of things, so you can start to get an idea that Arturo Sosa is in charge of Francis. I can tell you that right now, because Francis, all the world leaders bow down to Francis. Every single world leader has to bow down to them. Now, the only person that doesn't bow down to Francis is Arturo Sosa. See, he's the big boy. He's behind the scenes here, pretending to be in the Society of Jesus and doing the right thing. So, I mean, it's very plain and simple, but it's extremely well executed. It really is. The power structure is amazing. So, like I said, and like we've said in quite a few live streams, if you don't know your enemy, you're a dead man. You've got to see what they're doing to stay ahead of them, because God gave you a brain, so damn well use it. So this is what it's all about. Too many people, Jesus will take care of it. Yes, he will. Yes, I know that. But don't be ignorant. Do not be ignorant of Satan's devices. That's why so many people in churches, that's why so many Christians have taken the juice. Why? Because they're ignorant. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, that's fine. That's fine. No. Well, there you go. Well, you've just evicted the Holy Spirit. Done. So if you are not up to date with this sort of stuff, yes, look, focus on Yeshua. He's number one. The gospel is number one. That's the way it is. It really is. And I'm all for that. Absolutely. But I don't know. We're all wired differently. The more I get into this sort of stuff and the more I see what's going on, I start to be a lot more careful. And you realize that you can only rely on Yeshua. It brings you closer to him because you see so much evil in there. So who would want to be part of that? So that actually brings me closer to Yeshua, because you see how bad you just don't want to be a part. You don't even want 1% of it. So I just want to try and get that thinking into people's heads. I'm not saying that everyone should go full on into it, because people have got different jobs to do. Like I said, people, feed the street kids, that's their job. My job's to do this. And Sis Beck, she's fantastic in what she does. She specializes in what she specializes in. And you have a look at Sister Kathleen, she does what she does. You have a look at the Bubba News, he does what he does. You have a look at Joe from Effed Up World, that's what he does. So he's got a job for every single person.
All parts of the body that makes up the body of Christ. That's how we,
Well, that's right, and that's the way it is. And like I said, I really take this job, a trillion times more serious than cancer. I can tell you that right now, because once you realise how important your soul is, if you realise how important your soul is, I mean, there's no greater motivation to get yourself over to, or you can't get yourself over to the other side, but actually just study and know who your enemy is, and you know, it's paramount. I
NC
really
just
can't. Yeah.
NC left a
Sorry.
very interesting comment. She said they also murdered people who have Rh negative bloodline. Does anybody know why that would be? Because believe me, that is a very, very much interest to me. So I would like to know if anybody knows anything about what the rhesus negative bloodline really means, because I know that you can give blood to anybody, but you can only receive your own. So it's a very, very special type of blood. And when you have a baby, you have to have a rhesus, they call it a double D shot in this country, that so that the next baby, your body does not literally eat the excuse me, eat the baby alive in your body, and then every successive pregnancy after that you still have to have this shot. Now, it seemed, thanks, forgiven and blessed, awesome. Now, I just think that it's sort of, it's backwards, because rhesus negative can give blood to anybody but only receive their own. So they seem like the most important people in the community, because they are the only blood that can do that, Rh negative. Now, O Rh negative. It has to be O Rh negative. So it's just very interesting. I don't know. Someone said reptilian. I don't know about that. Yeah, NC. I'm very interested. Okay. So we need to know certain things like that, especially for our family bloodlines and things like that. If somebody has it that we don't know. But I was going to say, FPV Angel in the house, he left a link, which is further up the line there, if you go to that comment, and that is actually a UK undertaker, John O'Looney, who blows the whistle on what is happening, because he is a funeral director of his own business and he knows the spikes. So please, after this, go to that video. And we are actually having John on the show. We're hoping for Tuesday. So the live stream will actually just be hearing from John next week. That's what we're aiming for. With the UK, you guys, it's very hard to match up our times with you. As with the States, it's quite easy. And but so I've been in contact with John, and we've been back and forward with emails. So hopefully John will be on the show next week. So that is exciting. This guy has some real dirt. And, you know, if we get in trouble for it, this is what we're here to blow the lid on this stuff. I've still got people I know falling off the edge doing this. They will never be the same. They will never. This is something I know. This is something that has been etched into my very soul by the Father in heaven. And we're in trouble, guys. We're not in trouble. Now, the other thing I wanted to tell you guys, quickly touch on, is that Pfizer has announced 5 to 11-year-olds, and that's all good. That's all the go. That will be starting here in a week or two, and right on time with all this going on. Now, can I please remind people of something? I want to remind you of what it says in Matthew 18, verse 3. Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted or born again, and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whosoever shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. But whoever shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged around his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Woe unto the world because of offences, for it must needs to be that offences come. But woe to that man by whom the offence cometh. Whereof if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off, cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life, or the kingdom of heaven, some translations say, halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into everlasting fire. And if thine eye offended thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with 1 eye, rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hellfire. Take heed that you despise not one of these little ones. For I say unto you, that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. For the Son of Man is come to save that which is lost. Now, okay, Rebecca, that's fine. Yeah, you can leave that message there. That's fine. Okay, so as I just told you, the Pfizer is coming for the 5 and 11-year-olds. It's been approved, and I'm sure it's the same in your country. I don't know what your guidelines are and what your dates are, but I just read that scripture, and that is a warning. I'm a watchwoman. That is a warning to anybody who's thinking about giving it to your children. Woe to you for taking it, but woe to giving it to your children. You cannot be as a little child in front of the Father. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Ask him to show you what to do. Can't people see that this is also the Father's plan? This is not just the enemy's plan to lock us down. This is his plan to get everybody basically to have nothing but him. You see, we couldn't do it while we were in the world. None of us would have been saved. Think about it, guys. Think about 10 years ago. Do you really think that many of us would have been saved? So much of the world in us that has now been taken away. I've dealt with those things. I've still got things to deal with, but I've dealt with the biggest, baddest things. None of us are perfect. None of us ever will be. I just got a message asking me, did I go to the protest on Saturday? Can you believe that? Now, guys, I cannot stress enough. If you've done it to yourself and you haven't told anybody, whatever, but don't do it to your children. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whosoever shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. But who shall offend one of those little ones which believe in me? It were better for him than a millstone was hanged around his neck, and there he would drown in the depths of the sea. Yeah. And I cannot tolerate anybody harming children or animals. That is when I will lose my mind. And I could not account for my behavior. And it's happened. I've had to defend things like that in the past. And guys, put on your battle armor. It's coming, and we have to be ready. We have to be prayed up now. We have to be strong. We're the ones that are going to get through this. We have to. There's no backing out. There's no what we just sit there and dissolve. We are his little children, even though we're adults, because we are washed in the blood of the precious Son. Spared his life for us, who were sinners still, didn't even know him. We are covered. That is our covering. We have to increase our faith, brothers and sisters. We have to increase our faith. And we have to know for sure that we're being protected by angels. We have to know in our hearts that he is watching us. We fall, just make sure you stand up, and don't you walk, you run. Stand up and run and run and run, and don't stop running until we've finished this. Not now, we're too close. We all know we're close. They can't keep going. They've destroyed nearly the whole eastern seaboard of this nation. How can this country continue? People are killing themselves left, right, and centre. I got sent a photo of something terrible I don't want to talk about that happened not far from here. And these are happening. The media's not covering it, guys. The media will not cover the what's going on with this in real life. You know, the ambulances that are going constantly, just constantly. Some days they just never seem to stop. And I wonder, are they going to domestic violence, a child being beaten? The children and the animals are going to suffer the most out of this, because while the adults are freaking out because they don't know what to do, they're totally lost. While they're freaking out, not knowing which way to run, the children and the animals in those houses suffer. And woe to those who make the little children suffer. Are you there, Growler?
Yes, mate. Yeah. My earphones aren't working. I went out of range, so they disconnected. But yeah, I'm here. Yeah, exactly
That's
what you're
okay.
saying is spot on.
I'm over it. I'm
And,
over it. We're all over it. We're all very tired. We had people in the chat earlier saying they're very tired and they're over this and don't know how long we can go on. Well, we haven't got a choice. We have to go on every single day. Some of us haven't.
and
Some of us have taken the bad way out.
Well, there's a scripture when it says, and power was given unto the beast to wear down the saints. So I've broken that down a little bit. So if you have a look at all the bills, legislations, laws, and that sort of thing, and communism coming in, coercion, all that sort of stuff, that's to break it all down. That's part of it as well, because it allows you to do nothing. Because, you know, pre-pandemic, you know, everyone had their freedom, and then it was suddenly all taken away. So this is how
I can't even believe I can't even get a plane just up to North Queensland. I can't believe it. I cannot board a plane to do what I used to do once or twice a year. It breaks my heart.
Yep. Yeah.
And I mean it does. I'm over it. I know I've known for a long time. And I've seen now people who are just waking up to what's really happening, and I'm seeing them really struggle. Okay. And because they don't have any faith, they only have faith in themselves. Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? They take everything off you. Then they tell you to have a shot. Then they tell you still got to wear the mask. You've still got a social distance. You still can't go more than 10 Ks from home until. So it is Groundhog Day.
Yeah, well, people are still, you know, you see countless times in comment sections, vote United Australia Party. We're going to vote them out, and Trump should have got in, and all this. You know, they're still looking to man. This is the sad part.
That's right.
And you know, there's so many people that are still looking to this party, to that party, to that man, to that political system. They're looking here, they're looking there.
They will run.
It just blows me, you know? Yeah, it blows me away. So, can people hear me? Can people hear me? Someone just give me a thumbs up. Oh, okay. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good. Sorry, yeah, we just must have had a bit of a... Oh, good, okay. We lost...
We did. There was a glitch.
Okay.
Look, it could be the wind. We're not sure, but I'm back. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, people can hear me as well, so that's good, yeah. Well, you know, like I said, you know, people are looking to the political system. They think, if we... The elections next year, you watch, we'll vote you out. And see, people don't understand who's in power here, and you've basically got the central banks, you've got the papacy, you've got the UN. They will install whoever they want in. It's all gone.
That's right.
It's just all gone. And
that's right.
So that's really good. That's really good, because you think, well, okay, well, can't do that. Can't look at that person. Geez, who do I look to? Look to Yeshua.
And that's why
That's your only option.
And that's why I said this is also Father's will that this happens, because it's he's not forcing everybody to, bow their knee to him, but what he's doing them is showing them their options. He's showing them that they can either go this way or they can go their way. And guys, please run under his wings. I mean, there is nothing else to say. And we're just going to read something that my beautiful friend in Minnesota, Joe Hill, Effed Up World, has asked me to read Isaiah 42, and it was 6-7. So let's do that.
Quickly, Strawberry Skies. Yeah, we haven't lost. We've actually won.
That's right.
Well, he won. He won it on the cross. That's the way it is, and we haven't lost because if you choose him, you live. If you start to look at the different parties and trying to vote someone in, you've already lost. That's when you've lost.
No, Strawberry's saying we haven't lost.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not having a go at you, Strawberry. Love you.
Of course not.
Don't worry.
Hey, Joseph.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to read Isaiah 42, verse 6-7. I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the eyes of the blind, and to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in the darkness out of the prison house. So there you go. See, they've made us a prisoner. Awesome, Joe. What an awesome scripture for what we were just saying, because they've made us prisoners in our own home. And as I was, saw something this morning that this young lad said that they say we'll be better off at home, we're safer. They don't take into consideration that not everybody is on the same level. Not everybody's prepared. Not everybody's happy in their homes with other people they live with. They say social distance. What is social distance? All that is stay away from me. And he just explained it like that really well, that everything they say, the opposite is true of this. We're all in this together. And well, yeah, we are, because yes, have dragged us all into it together. So you can see how they manipulate every single thing they do. And I don't know, I don't watch TV, guys, but I can imagine they must be pumping the VC ads. I don't know, but I never ever watch normal TV. So, but what I see, there was a young lass, she got a message saying, "Hi, Kelly, have you booked in for your CV19 yet? Here is your closest vaccination centre." Now, that text message was sent to this young lass yesterday. So that's just started here. So the coercion is beyond coercion. And the Father Almighty is going to deal with this, because once they go for these children, this is when I expect an exodus. Now, I know many children have been sacrificed along the way. I know that. But we're at a point in history where this is on a scale unprecedented, worse than the two world wars as we know, more than those two combined. Now, this is mass total genocide, and they want the children next. It's just, I don't know if this has all happened before, but there's got to be, I just can't believe people don't think there's more to this than what there is, that we know, what we know, why we're sitting here talking. And I guess I'm just pretty confused at their ignorance, pretty angry. Like, I saw Sister New World Order and Nemesis. She did a video the other day and she was so angry. And she's a Christian, but she was expressing her frustration and anger because of ignorance, because she's living in a house where people are not listening to her. And if you guys who have known me long enough, I've put a couple of videos on like that myself when I was only doing my own videos, the little ones. There was one Christmas here, they were all watching Jesus Christ Superstar. I was out the back crying, saying, why are you doing this? Can't you see you're worshipping Satan? So there comes a point that we just, we got to let it all go and let him. Let go and let God. The old saying, it sounds like a cliche, but it's not. Let go and let him have it. Because the more you worry, the more complicated it becomes in your own mind. Worrying does nothing. Did it add an extra hair to your head? Did it add an extra minute to your life? No, it never has. It just makes things messy. So my answer to all of this mess, all of it, humble yourself in front of your Father. Put your face on the ground if you have to. Ask him for deliverance from this world. Ask him to fill you with his Holy Spirit. Ask him for that divine help that is supernatural, and you will know when it comes. You will feel it. You will be different. And if you're not different and it doesn't feel like it, do it again. Do it until you feel it. Never, ever give up, because he might just be testing. You do it, nothing happens. And you go, oh, and you walk away from it. Well, you fail a test. You need to stick with it. You need to keep talking to him. You need to keep relying on him. He died for you. Are you willing to do the same? Are you willing to do the same? Because this is where we've come from. We are born of flesh, and we cannot enter the kingdom of heaven in the flesh. So, as far as the rapture goes in the Exodus, I don't know how that works. I don't, because flesh doesn't enter heaven. So, that's a good one, really, isn't it? Sort of tells you a lot.
Yeah, just
but
quickly,
fear not.
Yeah.
Yes, darling. Fear not.
Sorry,
fear not the flesh.
I just wanted to ask Joe from. Just wanted to ask Joe, do you know how many more Starlink satellites that Elon's going to put up in orbit? Because maybe we can get a bit of an idea if there's how many more are going up. I don't know, because that's when we can sort of like put a bit of a time frame when Starlink will be ready. I'm not sure. I just quickly want to say hi to Bronwyn. Hey, Bronny, thanks for coming in, mate. We've missed you very much. We love you very much. And Sticks of TNT, you're awesome, mate. And we love you very much as well. I just want to say hi to those two as well, because I don't see Sticks too often. So I hope he's going well. But yeah, I'd like to know from Joe if he knows anything, how many more Starlink satellites. I think there were 50 or 60 that were launched the other day. That I don't know. So that would be interesting as well, because I think the Starlink has a lot to do with the orange juice. That's my take on it. I don't know, maybe Joe can clear something up that way, so that'd be great. But yeah, as you're saying, Beck, spot on, sis. There's nothing. What else can you do? You know what I mean? It just goes to show that you're either in the world or you're out of the world right now, because submission to the beast system is an abomination. That's it. There's no in between. There's no 1 foot in the beast system, 1 foot in Yeshua's system. So now's the time to make the choice. 2 feet left or 2 feet right. I'd rather be on the right side of my king. Plain and
That's
simple.
right.
You know,
We're just trying to find that video again for the live footage and see if there's been any developments in Melbourne there. It's just a little bit of a hassle because it's actually a Facebook Live link that we have. Somebody, was it Bubba? Did you post the link? But see, the link's gone now because it's too far back. So
thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, Joe
Joe,
got back to me. Yeah, Joe. He said first set of polar orbit, 55 of them, and they already have 1,600. They won't ever stop. Okay, cool. Okay, no worries.
I hated how they hold their phone the wrong way. Hold their phone sideways.
Oh, okay. This looks, is that at Spring Street?
Oh my
Might be
gosh,
at
look at
Spring
the
Street
ripple.
at Parliament.
Oh, they were going to go to Parliament today.
I thought they would have, yeah.
There will be a lot of swearing in this, as Australians are renowned for it.
Yeah. And I've got my swearing, I've cut it down by 99% family. So I'm trying.
Yes. Oh, nice building in the background.
Yeah.
Built with horse and wagon.
It's all right, strawberry skies. I know, don't worry. You'll get there, mate. You've got your fiance. Just
Strawberry, why don't
yeah.
you email, darling? Do you want to email us? I'm seriously traumatized. You've got me worried. Strawberry, I'm just going to put the email in, and please send us an email after this. There you go, sweetheart. Hey,
And
Wobbly Boost.
Good to see you, Wobbly Boost. And
Hey,
Rayetta
Wobbly.
Lee as well.
Oh, right, great.
Hey,
I got
Rayetta.
back to her. Hey, Rayetta. Sister Kathleen. Bubba. Southern Mercy, hi, darling. Joseph, good on you, mate. Davey313, aloha.
Davey.
Davey.
And
still got
Fudgy as well, caramel fudge. Love you,
Fudge
Fudge.
is in. Sticks of TNT. Everywhere I go is Sticks.
He's awesome.
Everywhere. Oh, we hang in the same circles.
Yeah. And Bronny as well. Give me
Fuck
another
the jab.
shout out, Bronny. Good on you,
Listen,
darling.
listen what they're saying.
Yeah, good boys.
You know, look how many people here do not want this. It's not as easy as they thought.
No, it's right.
Look, I can't get over that building.
I think shit would have been on by now, but
a remake of Mad Max is exactly right, Spencer. It's going to be like that. Oh, it'll get bad. We're only on 12 o'clock. You wait till they get hungry about 3, once they all start getting hungry.
Just quickly as well, when we go off, guys, F'd Up World will be live. Please jump into his live stream, please.
Yep, Joe's going live. So everybody,
well,
we all go over there and bomb his live stream when we're finished here.
Yeah, I'll hijack it with a growler.
And we can read scriptures. I'd rather be reading scriptures, but we do have to just have a look at this, see what's going on.
There's going to be civil war in Melbourne. I can tell you that right now.
Oh,
There's going to be a big event. That's all I'll say, and I've said it before. It's going to be a big event, and then basically shit will be on.
The big event could come in the next couple of days.
Hi, Kathleen. Good to see you, Kathleen.
A big welcome in to... Why did that come out? I don't like spell check. It's not a good thing. You've really got to check what you're putting in there. Dupsy, welcome. Dupsy Daisy. Oh, like Upsy Daisy. Dupsy Daisy. Welcome in, darling. Nice to see you.
Ancient Egypt queen. That's
Aha.
Bronwyn's mum. G'day,
Yes.
Bronwyn's mum. We love
Hi,
you.
sweetie.
We love you, Bronwyn's mum. We love you, mum. We love you, Cindy.
Don't worry. Father's looking over each and every one of us, guys. Don't worry. Strength in the numbers. I wish it was all of us down there standing together as doing it properly.
Yeah.
These poor people, they're at the end of their rope. Yeah, Seeker. They
Hi,
don't know.
Kelly.
They just don't know what to do. They can't.
Yeah.
Some people here are on the breadline. If they don't work for 2 weeks, how are they going to make their house payment? Going to be a lot of horrific conversations going on in houses in Melbourne this morning before these boys came to work. Not work, this. I'm calling it riots now, not protests.
Yeah.
Here they come. Look at this. How many do you want? Probably never had a fight in their life, a lot of them.
Well, they got guns.
They got training, but not a real fight.
No.
Like a street fight. They'd be useless.
Yeah, they would.
You met them on the street unarmed, and you gave them what for. Yeah.
Yeah. Better take those away and see how they go.
You can't tell me these are good people, because not only have they, been coerced into taking this thing themselves, the police, they wouldn't be treating their own people like this. They're turned on their own people.
Well, if you have a look at Vic Pole's insignia, it's an upside-down pentagram with a crown on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
And their new headquarters as well is number 311/313, Spencer Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the rubber bullets will come out, Bubba. Don't you worry. I'm sure today's going to be... I think everybody everywhere is going to be watching this pretty much all day, thanks to the real Rushkin, our boots on the ground man here.
It's only a matter of time before they take these people out.
Look at them. They're just... Oh, man. I hated Melbourne. It was so cold.
Yeah, that's the bad part about Melbourne is the weather.
It's danky.
Didn't they extend the first juice to October 5th? I think someone was saying.
That's right.
Yeah.
Next week, basically. Like, yeah, what about the woman? How about the 70-year-old woman they smashed to the ground?
Yeah.
And then they pepper sprayed her. 2 of them just went psst, with the pepper spray in her eyes while she's on the ground. She probably broke her hip, whatever.
Yeah.
That's okay, that comment.
Yeah.
That's okay. Tim Maslin, that's okay, that comment. I understand. Somebody deleted it, but that's okay.
No, we understand, Tim. Understand, mate.
We've just got some really, really good moderators that just want to protect the channel.
Yeah.
They're never mean. They just protect the channel.
No.
So, look at this. Look at this. Got their shields and their helmet shields.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I'd say give it another hour, guys, if you remember whatever you're doing, and just go on Facebook, go on to The Real Rushkin, RUSKHN, Rushkin, and check out how it's travelling a little bit later. So we can tell it's heating up. This is what happened yesterday. It's the same format, but it's a bit worse today because they're at Parliament House, and that's why they're not risking.
So if you see these guys here, if you see this force here, they're actually, they're on the payroll. So PricewaterhouseCoopers pay the wages now because this force is an NGO, and Serco, which is a UK-based company, and the Royals run Serco because Serco are doing all the work for NIH in the UK, which is the National Institute of Health. So the Royals are the biggest shareholders in Serco and the NIH. So these guys here, they're a private corporation, and they get paid by PricewaterhouseCoopers and logistically run by Serco.
I wouldn't be surprised if at some time somebody gets properly shot because somebody's just going to go, I've got nothing to live for, and run at them.
Yeah, it'll happen. And
I know.
see, the thing is, now even normal issue cops now in Victoria can be armed with semi-automatic AR-15s.
That's right. You told me that yesterday.
Mm.
Here we go.
You need a growler to come through.
You're not wrong. Yeah, ABC fake news. Ruxin, not Rushkin. Thank you, Caramel Fudge. Ruxin, maybe. Rushkin, is that how you say it? The real Rushkin.
Yeah, Rushkin. Are they retreating?
Oh, they're going to come at him, are they?
No.
Why are they moving away? Why?
Yeah, they're retreating. They could be going to
They'll
another...
go somewhere else. Mm.
Yeah, run them around.
Hey, Gary, good to see you, brother. Good to see you made it. No, people aren't getting notifications, mate. That's why we try to do the same time every week, so people just slot that in themselves because you don't get notified.
Yeah. I hope you're going well, Gary.
So guys, yeah,
going on in New Zealand.
we really do try to stick with that same time every week.
Some of them have attempted to sit down at the front.
What's a rock?
Extra peaceful, I guess, but I mean, the police aren't really interacting with them at all. So,
are they following them? Are the police following them?
Moving like this?
Not as yet, but
just to keep everyone safe.
Yeah, it's,
gee, they didn't leave many trees there, did they, Gov? Jeez.
No, they didn't. No.
Boy.
No.
Yeah, Will, I remember that, Will, too, but I tell you what, this is the end for this. This cannot come back here now. They've completely sucked the life out of all small business. Now all the construction workers. This one doesn't come back like the riots of the old days. So it's I'm proud of these guys for doing this and having a go. However, myself, no, I wouldn't do it. I've never gone to one and I won't.
No, stay out of it.
Because I'd be right up the front there with the microphone, so I know I'd have to not go.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to be a voice of freedom.
Yeah, we'll just need back there. No one else. Yeah.
Oh, is that right, Jack? Well, it's not as easy as that, darling. Like, I appreciate your comment. I haven't met you. They are a bunch of men-childs, probably. Most men are. But so are we. We're all children. But no one is getting rid of your freedom of choice. If you don't want it, then don't get it. I don't know. Are you from Australia? Do you know what's really going on here? These men are told they can't work after first week in October without having it. It seems a little bit nefarious. Why? If you don't want it, you shouldn't have to get it. We've already got herd immunity as it is. Doesn't make sense, does it?
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty boring at the moment. But guys, I would keep an eye on that. Maybe Messi might be able to leave the link for that in the description. I'm not sure. I can't promise because it is a Facebook thing. Okay, so Dupsy Daisy, yes, La Palma is bad. I think it will be the big one. She says hitting the coastline on the east. Look, I'd like to say something about La Palma. I've read a lot of the independent guys, and they're saying that it's impossible for a wall of water that big to go through. What they're surmising more is a tidal surge, and not 200 miles inland, 100-foot wave. If you have a look where La Palma is from you guys, that's a long way for a wave to travel, and it could be fear. There's a lot of fear, distraction. Oh no, it's happening. We know the earthquake's happening. The earthquake and the volcano. They're actually getting a lot of sulfur in the air, so they say it's going to erupt again. Could be in the next few hours, next day or so. Not true, Beck. I don't know what you said. It's not true. But I guess, look, I wouldn't say not to prepare. That's the thing. You should be prepared anyway. But your buoys out front of New York are not going off. So you're not going to get the information you need. So I pray it's only a small tidal surge because you're not going to know. If you don't like it, work in a different industry. Okay, what industry would that be? I'm a driving instructor and I had to stop doing it because I protested for wearing the mask. I wouldn't wear the mask. Now, the mask has nanoparticles in it. Well, which way do you want to get infected? Swab, mask, jib, take your choice. So it's not as easy as going to another industry and working there. All your health workers are done. Childcare workers are next. If they're hitting the construction industry, it's like working their way from the bottom to the top now. It's not freedom of choice, or these people wouldn't be doing this. It's very sad. Yeah, Trump won. I hope you're right. Maybe just a tidal surge. Mask-bred bacterial.
Teachers and a lot of other industries have to be done by the end of the year as well.
Absolutely. Right. So it's not a choice to just go to another industry, especially if you're not trained anyway. You got to spend 6-8 weeks training, and then they say, "Oh no, you've got to be VC'd just to have this job." Now it's going nationwide, and it's going to go live before the end of the year. So we know, we've been told. Forced will be everywhere. Yeah. There's got to be some sort of exodus here, mate. I just know that. Nobody will hire you anyway. All the businesses have been read their horoscope. If they are lucky enough to open, they will have to be done.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I like this one. Dupsy Daisy, viruses are not what we've been told. It is a scare tactic to get people to self-euthanize. Well, we're going to have a really cool show next week, hopefully with John O'Looney, who is a funeral director in the UK who's blown the whistle big time on Crow House 777. And I spoke to John, as I said before. Now, John actually goes into what happened with the elderly, speaking of euthanasia, the elderly in England. So please come over next week, same time, same day, we're hoping. If anything changes, I will leave a post, guys. And I noticed that a lot of you don't get the community posts, or if you do, you don't thumbs up it. Could you guys, if you look at my community posts, just give a thumbs up, just so I know how many of you are looking at those? Because it's a really good way to get the information out without making a video sometimes. All right. Well, I think we might wrap that up there because that's going to get a little bit more bizarre as the day goes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think yesterday they started going off about 2:00, 1:30. I think they really hit the skids about 1:30, 2:00.
Yeah,
So
I think they need a gut full of piss to help them do that.
right. Vernon, this guy actually went out on his own. He got away from it all, and he said that, yeah, we're going to have a bit of a talk about that before we actually have him on. So I'll just reassure you with that. It is his own business. He's not. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, for anybody to be coming out and blowing the whistle at this stage, especially knowing what the consequences are, they have to be genuine in that way. And you can usually pick up if there's any lies or any deception anyway. But I've watched John very carefully yesterday, and I do believe he's a very good man. And this is what the Spirit of the Father does. He uses all sorts of people to get the word to us and to warn us. And we've been warned over and over and over and over, haven't we? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, yeah.
Sorry.
I was just going to go on. I was just wanted to say, please, anybody listening, please do not do it. I'm not giving you advice. I'm not saying anything. I'm asking you as on my platform, just please don't do it. Or if you're going to, do at least 10 minutes, half an hour research into what is in it. Go to Stu Peters, Dr. Judy Ruby. All right. Dr. Carrie Majag talks about it. There's many of them. So we really need to have a look at what these independent researchers, the independent scientists and researchers are doing under the microscope with their blood. And I promise you, if you see these pictures of what they've done, what it's doing to the blood, coagulating the cells and golden tubes in the blood, it's horrifying. So do yourself a favor and research. 5 minutes, not long. All right, I think we might wrap this up, my darling. I would like to wrap it up with a prayer. Would you like to do that, or would you like me to?
You're very good at it, darling. No, you.
It's not being good at it, though. It's not being good at it. Sometimes I get stuck. We all do, you know. Like sometimes I really don't know what to say.
Just quickly,
Dr. Jane Ruby, thank you. Not Judy Ruby, thank you. Dupsy Daisy, Dr. Jane Ruby on the Stu Peters show. Yep, on BitChute. And the blood goes a yucky brown, like a rust. It's sticky. It congeals. The hemoglobin stacks, which stacking hemoglobin is a sign of blood cancer. Straight up. That's your first one. So I just don't know why people would do this. I've got no idea. Right, so we're just gonna close up in prayer, my family. Thank you so much for everybody who joined us. And if we didn't say hello to you in the chat and we missed you, we do love you. We do, and we care that everybody hears the truth. We're here to expose it, and we're here to expose this evil government as well, which many of us are doing. If we go down for it, that's okay. If we disappear, that's okay. Just pray for us. We'll see you on the other side. Now, I would just like to say that I want to give all thanks, all glory, all honor to my Father in heaven, because he makes this possible, and he made this possible in the first place, and none of us deserve your grace, your glory, none of us. But you sent your Son to die for us while we were still sinners, that we may be saved through his blood. And sometimes, Father, when I don't know what else to do, I imagine literally sitting under the cross. I thank you that you are going to put the blood of the Lamb over all our doorposts. Those of us who call on your name, you said all who call on your name will be saved. You told us to stand and call on your name, and that's what we're doing. Father, we wait for a rescue. We wait for an exodus. There are so many people suffering now. This has gone way, way beyond anything any of us could have imagined, and we're not even there yet. Father, only you know the day and the hour that you're going to send your son back. But listen to the prayers of your saints that are getting tired, Father, please. Strengthen us, give us courage, give us peace. Give us the peace that passes all understanding. Wash us cleaner than snow, as clean with hyssop. Be with us every minute. And when we fall and do something wrong, please don't be angry. Pick us up and cuddle us and help us move on, not to make that mistake again. Like a heavenly, earthly good father would. I thank you for my family and for everybody listening to this family, every single person. And if there is just one you can save that still hasn't had this evil, wicked juice in them, Father, turn them from it. Turn them to yourself. You said we can't enter heaven until the days of the Gentiles, the number of the Gentiles is fulfilled. And Father, I know that number's coming soon, because there's choices being made every day by millions and millions and millions of people. Keep those strong who are trying to stand. Give them oil and flour that they knew nothing about. Give them manna they knew nothing about. I pray for all the little ones. Protect them, Father. Mighty angels, protect them. According to Psalms 91, you will send your angels over us to guard us in all our ways, so that we will not strike our foot on a stone. I love you, Father, and I know everybody here does, because I know they wouldn't be here if they didn't. And I see a crowd of people in front of me. Even though I can't see all their faces, I know they're there. And they are your children. Save us, O Lord, as we raise our hands to you high in the sky. Save us, Father. Save us. In Yahushua HaMashiach's holy name, Jesus Christ, Lord of lords, King of kings. All honor, all glory, all power, all majesty. Almighty God, Almighty Creator, intervene. In Yahushua's name, so be it. Oh boy. There you have it. And I love each and every one of you. I'm so glad that you could be with us today. I will get back on the phone. I've had a couple of weeks that I really haven't spoken to anybody or talked to anybody. There's just been a few issues we've been trying to swim through, things we're trying to rearrange. And I just assure you I will be in touch with you all, those of you that I can. And Growler, would you like to say goodbye? My governor?
Just like to thank every single precious person on this chat, and just want to say a big shout out to Sticks. Love you, mate. Just keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, Peter, and the lovely Davey. And can everyone please pray for Vernon Daniels, please? He's a very precious brother, and we love him very much. Thanks for Laura Stovall coming in, Bill Stegman, Paul Levi, Grace, thank you, and to the lovely Bronny. We love you, mate. We really do. And your mum. You're doing a great job. And the Bubba News as well. Thanks, mate. Southern Mercy. Gary H. Thanks, Gary. Hope everything's going well for you, mate. And Yar's Child, we love you, Yar. Going well, sister, and hope everything's going well. And our beautiful sister Zoe Round.
Zoe.
Can people please pray for Zoe? Zoe Round as well, and her family. Everyone should pick someone out of here and pray for, just pray for everybody. But Zoe needs our prayers as well. And A248, thanks, mate. And everyone else as well, Deaf Bread as well. Thanks, Deaf Bread. We love you, and we really Think a lot of you guys and the lovely, beautiful folk. We love you. Just quickly, Tim Maslin and Chris Johns are down in Melbourne. Have you had or seen any drones flying over that they've been flying and choppers at night time? That'd be great. If you could chuck that in the comments section. I have heard that's happening there over what suburbs, I don't know. But that would be really good.
Apparently we're echoing. I'm not sure if it's just you or both of us, but yeah, something's going on. Echo of everlasting life. Good on you, Deaf Bread. Good one. All right, lovely people. All right, Paul Levi.
Yeah, love you,
Paul
Paulie.
Levi.
Shane Barber, love you, Shaney.
Just growler. It's just you, dude. You're the one echoing.
No. Okay.
But friends,
Right.
please keep just keep watching this space. See if we can get John on it. In case it has to be a different time because of the UK time, we could always record it and then play a premiere for you. I'd say that's how it's going to go, because we might even have to do it very late at night or very, very early in the morning. So we will keep you updated on that, and we will keep you updated if something in Melbourne completely goes maniac and changes. We will let you know later on.
Just quickly as well, can everyone pray for Anne Walsworth as well, our top mod? She wants to take a bit of a break, and we're going to call her soon. Pray for her and her family as well. Everyone on here, please pray for Anne.
Yes, thanks,
that'd be
guys.
greatly awesome.
Gee, you read my mind a lot, because I was just going to say, and please, guys, we've been missing Anne the last 2 live streams, so pray for her. That's what I was going to say, exactly.
Kathleen.
And Kathleen.
Love you, Kathleen. Thanks, Dale.
Thanks, Kathleen. All right, guys, well, we're going to get out of here. Stay strong and be blessed, Bill. Absolutely. Stay strong, pray, and keep us all in mind that we the only part of together in this is us, not there together. So we love you all very much. Please stay and have a listen to this beautiful little tune at the end here. It should make your spirit soar. We love you so much.
Yeah, love you guys.
We are out.